Performance appraisals are used to assess an employee's performance and provide a platform for feedback about past, current, and future performance expectations. Designing a great performance appraisal form is critical for an organization's performance management program. This presentation will provide you with an overview of the essential elements of a typical appraisal form and give you some guidelines for developing a great performance management tool. It's an organization's choice what to include in a performance appraisal form. However, there are some standard or typical appraisal elements that you should consider as you develop your organization's performance assessment tools. First, include demographic information. This is information about the employee, the job, and the information pertaining to the appraisal and the appraisal period. Job-related information, including the position description and specific essential functions of the job, should be included in all performance management tools. A standardized rating scale should be included to ensure that employees understand both how their performance is assessed and what their expectations are and how they're measuring up. Competency and role-based assessment should always be included in an appraisal tool to make sure that you're not only appraising behavior, but also role-specific tasks and issues in that employee's work. Self-evaluation, allowing the employee to participate and provide their own thoughts in the process, is critically important, as well as goals, providing the employee and managers the opportunity to talk about where we want to go and how we're going to get there. And finally, an employee development plan, career learning and development pathing that allows an employee to engage both in their past behavior in terms of their performance, as well as what the future might hold for their career and their performance. These standard elements will create a user-friendly and useful appraisal tool for your organization. Additional guidelines on the development of these elements can help guide the development of your performance appraisal form. Let's take a look. So, what makes an effective performance appraisal tool? The answer depends entirely on your organization's needs. However, there are some general guidelines that you can follow to ensure your forms are user-friendly. First, find inspiration. When developing a performance evaluation form, do your homework. Find evaluation forms from similar organizations or organizations that share your philosophy of performance management. Review these forms for characteristics that fit your needs. Get inspired through what others are doing and consider how those tactics might be applied in your appraisal document. Make sure your form is simple to use. Your performance appraisal tool should be easy to understand and use. Provide clear instructions and examples so managers and employees know exactly what information is required in each area of your form. Make sure that your evaluation form follows a logical, sequential order. Document design is critical when creating an evaluation form. Avoid forms that require a lot of jumping around or cross-referencing. Include everything needed in your form document. Let's talk for a moment about job descriptions. Every performance appraisal should be directly tied to an employee's job description. It's a good idea to include that job description in your performance appraisal process. Ensuring a comprehensive, complete job description is included in the appraisal process goes a long way in creating clarity of what's really expected from the employee and to make the task of conducting the performance review a lot easier for the manager or supervisor involved. Using that job description as the basis helps us make sure our appraisal forms are competency-based. Competency-based performance appraisals make a clear connection between the employee's behaviors and the mission, vision, and values of the organization. A sound performance evaluation tool will be built from organizational mission. Individual and team competencies will be rated against organizational values. Make sure to use your organizational language and terminology for all aspects of the process, and make specific reference to competencies, values, and their descriptions. Create different evaluation forms for specific roles. In other words, make your performance appraisal forms role-based. Notably distinguish non-supervisory and supervisory roles. Provide clear, relevant, and appropriate descriptions of the expected level of competency demonstration in that particular role group. Further, create flexibility for core job competencies, not just a generic list of competencies for the organization or a department. This might mean separate forms for job groups, classifications, or different types of jobs. Or it might mean a flexible form that references the job description of the employee when addressing role-based competencies. Self-evaluations are a vital activity that can help make your performance appraisal process more effective. Done properly, employee self-evaluations can provide several key benefits to the organization. Including employee self-evaluation as part of your performance management process gives employees an active role to play. Rather than simply being the recipient of feedback from their manager, the employee is given a voice and can inform or shape the performance appraisal and ratings. This active participation helps them be more engaged with both their performance and the review process overall. A self-assessment allows the manager to view performance through their eyes. Performance evaluations may use any number of rating methods. For more information on the details of different types and styles of rating methods, please see Greg's HR resource on performance management. Choose an effective rating method for your organization. The number of points on your scale and the way in which you identify each point matters. Make sure your choices align with desired outcomes for your evaluation form and your program in general. Most performance evaluation forms will use a 5-point scale to rate performance. Your performance evaluation tool should provide for clear definition and discussion of employee goals. The evaluation should encourage participants to write goals against SMART criteria. Is the goal specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based? Prompt managers and employees to provide specific description of goals, linking individual goals to that of the department or organization, while highlighting the measurement of success, any training or resources required for that success, and the expected completion date. Allow enough space on your performance evaluation for all of these details. Now, using these elements and guidelines, go build your organization's next great performance appraisal tool.